Hey loves, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to crochet Rasta Mesh Skirt. So let's get to it. I'll be leaving all the things I'll be using in the description box so you can check it out as usual. And in this project I'm using 4 different colors. That's red, black, green and yellow, and the type of yarn that you want to use depends solely on you and the weight, but most of the yarns I'm using are medium weight. I'll be using a waist size of 24, so you can chain it according to your size, and my size I'm chaining 75. So I first chain 5 chains, and I insert my hook in the first and the last and pull through and continue chaining till I get my desired waist length of 75. Okay, so I think I have 12 knot stretch and 14 stretch. So times 2 because it's folded. So that's like 30. So that's okay for me. So I'll pull through and slip stitch to start my first row. Chain 2. In the first space, double crochet into it. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's your double crochet. So double crochet into the next space too. So we will be double crocheting on this particular row throughout. So double crochet to the end. And make sure your project is not too loose or too tight, so it to be able to fit well with the size that you want to do. So double crochet into each of the spaces to get to the end. Then we continue with the next row. So we've gotten to the end. You find the second chain, insert your hook, pull through and slip stitch to end this row. So the next row you chain 3 and then you turn your work. So you're going to skip the first stitch and double crochet into the second. So the pattern for this row is skip 1 chain, you double crochet into the next and you chain 1. So double crochet into this and chain 1, double crochet into the next. So this will be the pattern that will be used for this mesh. So you are left with 2 more, so skip 1 and double crochet into the next. Skip, chain 1, sorry, and look out for the second chain of the 3 chains you chained from the beginning. Then you slip stitch to end the row. Good, like this. Then you chain 3 again. then you turn your work to begin the next row. We're going to increase in this row, so find the middle and put them together, so be able to get an equal number of stitches on each side to determine the mark where we'll be doing our increasing. So hold them and bring them together and mark them out to find. Okay. So use your stitch marker to find out or to mark where you want to do your increasing. But you just have to make sure that the stitches on each side are equal, so your skirt will turn out very nicely. So count them to know that they are of the same number before you continue your work. So this time we are not going to skip any stitch, just going straight in double crocheting to the first double crochet stitch, and you chain one, then you go into the next double crochet stitch, you repeat till you get to where our stitch marker is. And as you can see, this is a very simple pattern that you can try it out. Very simple mesh pattern that can work with any color of choice. So we've gotten to where our stitch marker is, so we remove our stitch marker. We've already chained one, so where we marked, you double crochet into that space. You chain one again, then double crochet into the same space. Chain one again, double crochet into that very same space, making a 3 double crochet increase. Then you find the middle of the 3, then you put back the stitch marker. You chain one and continue crocheting till you get to the other stitch marker where we'll be doing our next increase. So when you get to the next stitch marker, you move the stitch marker, then chain one, you double crochet into the space, chain one again, double crochet into the same space, chain one again, and another double crochet into the very same space. So that's the increase that we're going to be doing for this mesh pattern. You put back your stitch marker, don't forget, in the middle. Continue crocheting till you get to the end. You've gotten to the end, you find your second chain and a slip stitch. To end the row, you chain 3, and then you turn your work to begin the next row. So we're going to repeat the same pattern we've been doing. Chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. There will be no increasing for this row, so when you get to the stitch marker, you just double crochet 1 into the stitch, chain 1, then you double crochet just 1 into the next, but then put back the stitch marker into the middle stitch, because that will be the point for the increasing for the next row. So the increasing will be, you increase on, let's say, one row, the next row will be no increasing. So you get your desired size for your hip measurement. Continue to the other end. And again, there will be no increasing here too. So you just double crochet 1 into that stitch. And you continue, but don't forget to put back the stitch marker when you're done, so you'll be able to find out the marker where you'll be increasing on the next row. Slip stitch to end that row, then you chain 3, turn your work, then continue crocheting into every stitch. So we've gotten to the first stitch marker for this row, and like I said, this will be an increasing row because the previous row we didn't increase. So you're going to put 3 double crochet into that space. You've already chained 1, so you double crochet, you chain 1, you double crochet into that same space, chain 1, and double crochet into the same space. So you should get something like this. Then you put back your stitch marker into the middle stitch. Then you continue to the other side. So double crochet. To the side. So another increase here too. I've already chained 1, so you double crochet into the space, chain 1, double crochet into the space, chain 1 again, and double crochet. So I've gotten a number of rows, so I have to measure my hip size to see whether I've gotten my desired hip measurement. So as you can see, when it's not stretched, it's 12 inches. That's 24. And when it's stretched, it's almost like 13, let's say 13 inches. And I'm looking for 29. So I will be adding rows till I get my desired hip measurement. So you can be doing same, be adding row so you get your desired hip measurement. Okay, so I think this should be okay for the hip measurement. So let's measure to see what we've got so far. Okay, so if it's not stretched, it's 13, that's 26. It's stretched, almost 15, so I think it's way okay for the size that I'm doing. So when you get your desired measurement, you will not be needing any stitch marker because there will be no increase till you're done with it. Okay, so my next color is red. So chain one and then cut the to begin your next color change. So when you cut the then you pull very tight. Okay. And then you turn your work. So you make a slip knot. So I'm making a slip knot here for my next color. Make a slip knot. Then you set your hook and you insert the hook into our work. Then you chain one. So you can tighten it to get a firm color change. Okay. So now I can chain the remaining two to start the next row. Chain one, double crochet, chain one, double crochet. Continue with the pattern. Like I said, there will be no increase, so just keep chaining, double crochet, chain one, double crochet. So you're done with your number of rows for this particular color. Alright, so I'm done with my number of rows I want for this color. So I want to end this row so I'll be able to start with my next color change. So I think I'm left with slip knot. slip stitch to end the row. You slip stitch on the second chain, you insert your hook, pull it through, then you slip stitch. You chain one as usual and you pull your yarn. So you tighten it, and then you turn your work. So my next color is yellow. I'll make a slip knot. Okay. I'll insert my hook and insert the hook into my work. You can cut off the excess yarn if you're uncomfortable with it. Then I will chain, because we've already turned, so you just chain 3 and you continue your work with your new color chain. And as usual, no increase here too. So you repeat till you get your number of rows for this color. Then when I'm done with yellow, my next color will be green. So I'll be done with all my colors before I come back. So I'll be done and be back. Okay, so I'm done adding all my colors. So I'll be cutting off my excess yarns. That's the excess yarn when we're changing the color. So you cut off with the scissors. Don't forget to subscribe if you've watched this point. And now we are going to our fringes. So we are not cutting off the green yarn because it's also one color that I'll be using for the fringe. I'll be using red, yellow, and green for my fringes. So you chain 1, and then I'll be using 26 inches for my fringes. Yes, 26. So you measure 26 inches on your tape measure. Because I already have some on it, that's why I measured 25. So I cut off my yarn. And this will serve as my first fringe. And I'll go on and then pull through and tighten it. So this is my first fringe. Now I'll be adding 2 different colors to it. That's my yellow and the red. So I'll measure mine 26. Okay, I think I'll be going for 25 instead, because I think 26 is too long. Then I'll cut my yarn. And because now the other colors are double I have to add one green to also make it double, because when you fold these colors together, you got two each. That's 2 yellows, 2 red, all of the same inch. So I also cut one extra green to make it equal. Cut my 25-inch green. Yes. Then I can't join it like that, so I have to just make a knot. I have to just make a knot around these colors. So you can just do any one that works for you, but I think this is okay when I do this. To make a knot, so I'll be able to insert all of them together. Okay, so you insert your hook, then you insert it into the middle, then you pull through your work. And this side is a bit tight. You yarn over and you pull them all through. Okay, then you tighten it a bit. And here too, the spacing will depend on you. For me, I'll be skipping 2 space, and then I'll do another fringe and then next. So adding the fringe is also very simple. So just be adding them till you're through with all the fringes. Now go straight to our strap. So the strap, I chain 200 chains. I made a 200 chain strap. So I'm done with my strap, the 200 chain of strap. Then you determine the middle of your skirt. So here you can use a needle, you can use a hook. Me, I use the hook, whichever works for you. So insert. As you find the middle where you want to start with. So I want to start mine here, and then you insert your hook, then pull through one, pull through the rest very carefully. You'll be repeating till we get around your skirt. And this also depends on you, however you want to insert your strap. Okay, so I'm done with my strap. Then you cut off excess yarns to make your work very neat. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share. Then we are done. Thank you for watching.